Hello and welcome back to another video. This time I'm taking a look at an old favourite of mine, Colin McRae Rally 2.0 on the PlayStation. So I'm just going to do a quick championship, new game. And while I'm doing this video I'm going to make it a response to Mark Vergeer's favourite driving games tag that he recently posted. Watched quite a few good responses already. Especially enjoyed Steve Benway's, and he sort of influenced me to come up here and play this game, although I actually was going to play V-Rally 2 until I realised how much I sucked at it, so I started sticking Colin McRae 2 instead. So really my favourite driving games, really probably based on my history of driving games in all honesty, so really it all probably started in the arcades, the first games I would have seen. There may have been a pole position machine about in the times when I was going on holiday and actually playing on the arcades, but that certainly wasn't the latest release or anything. I would have thought the releases were things like, well, things I certainly remember playing were things like Outrun and Chase HQ, and at the time, computer ports and console ports were nothing in comparison to those, so they're a great pleasure to play. And really the first console I had, friends of mine had Commodores, and I think I actually had a Commodore 128, but I didn't have any driving games. But the first driving games I really owned were on the Game Boy, and I used to love the original F1. I actually played it 4-player link-up at school, and it was a really good game. There was also a game called Jeep Jamboree on the Game Boy that had really crazy graphics for the time. I don't own it anymore, unfortunately. Perhaps I ought to have a look on eBay, it probably doesn't fetch much money, but there'd probably be a little bit of disappointment. At the time it was crazy, it was a really good racing game. And RC Pro-Am as well, played that on the Game Boy, and that was a really nice version. Oops. But about a year after I got my Game Boy, I got a Nintendo Entertainment System. I wasn't big into driving games on there, although I did have Excite Bike and Super Off-Road, and I'm pretty sure that I ended up buying a NES 4-score and some more joypads so I could play 4-player Super Off-Road. I might be incorrect about that, but I think after then really it was back to the arcades when the likes of Virtual Racing and Daytona and Sega Rally were coming out. They were truly mind-blowing. I think I probably had a Mega Drive before that period, but again, I was playing things like Micro Machines, which is one of my favourite games of all time. And certainly Super Monaco GP was reasonably good on the Mega Drive, and the F1 game at the time, I think it's probably the first official, well certainly the first official F1 game on the Mega Drive, first official one I ever played. That was really good, the 2-player split screen. So yeah, I had the arcades, and then I got a Sega Saturn, and had Sega Rally and Daytona for it, and I really enjoyed them. Especially Sega Rally, that was just such a fantastic arcade machine. It was the first rallying game I'd ever properly played, and I was hooked instantly on everything about rallying, watching it and playing the games. So yeah, I had my Saturn, and then unrelated really to driving games, but I ended up getting rid of my Saturn and getting a PlayStation for Final Fantasy. But to help quench my thirst for rally games, I picked up V-Rally, and at the time, and I'm not going to say that word a lot, it was a really good game. It really was. The variety, the amount of different countries that there was on it was, above and beyond what Sega Rally had certainly offered. Although looking back now, I do prefer Sega Rally, but that's a different story altogether. So yeah, I was playing that on my PlayStation. Obviously Gran Turismo then came out, and it was the first game as far as I knew that used the analog controller, and that seemed like a complete revolution then. Because before then it was dead sketchy, the controls of driving games, you're just constantly pressing left and right, but the analog stick, it made you feel like you had that level of control that you hadn't had before. So yeah, that was good. And then Top of Touring Cars, one of the first games I remember really enjoying playing Link Up on, and even today I've played it recently in Link Up. It's not quite as good as you remember, but it was fantastic back then, playing on the same team in a championship. So after the PS1 I moved on to the PS2, and I got the PS2 when Grand Theft Auto 3 come out, so I think Gran Turismo 3 was already out, so I absolutely fell in love with that game. I played it to death. Really was fantastic. The graphics at the time really showcased what PlayStation 2 could offer. And well, I still play Gran Turismo 4 today. They are stunning games, absolutely stunning games. So I enjoyed that on the PlayStation 2 as well as the MotoGP series by Namco on the PlayStation 2. I thought they were really good games. And again, I still play MotoGP 04 on the PlayStation 2 split screen around my friend's house, and really do have a screen playing it. I don't even know if I mentioned Colin McRae Rally when I was talking about the original PlayStation, but this is one of the games that got one of the fondest memories for me on the PlayStation. I remember sitting around people's houses playing this 4-player, competing in the championship like this, but with your friends in it as well. It became very competitive. Obviously you'd see their run, and and then you'd know, where they'd crashed or anything else. It almost felt like you had the upper hand if you were going after the person who went first. It's a good racing game when you're leaning in your chair. That's when you know it's a good one. But yeah, I've completely lost where I was, to be fair. I think I was on that PlayStation 2, weren't I? Yeah, so yeah, the MotoGP games. I never really mentioned Ridge Racer either, but yeah, that was a cool game. I still enjoyed playing that on the PlayStation. So yeah, I ended up getting rid of my PlayStation 2 and getting the original Xbox when Xbox Live came out. And I had Project Gotham Racing 2, which at the time, just outstanding. I couldn't get over the graphics and the online play. I'd played PCs online, I'd never played a console online, so to me it was just crazy. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then Forza came out. It was a little bit serious for me, but I could see where it was heading. I think I'd probably burnt myself out on Gran Turismo games, in all honesty. And eventually, I got an Xbox 360 at launch, and obviously PGR3 was a launch title, and that was astounding. Because at the time I had a projector screen. It was 8 foot by 8 foot, and the image size was 115 inches across. So playing something like Project Gotham Racing 3, you literally had to look to the left and right to see where you were going on the track. The image was so wide. We just sat in this spare room. It's my games room now. So it was crazy. Again, going away from driving, but playing things like Call of Duty and things like that, I just felt like it was in the war zone. I had the surround sound and everything, and also had MotoGP 06. And I remember a friend of mine coming round, he's a mechanic, and he's not into computer games, and we were playing MotoGP 06 and we played it in bike view, and it seemed fast on this projector, it was like 1024 by 768 resolution, but it seemed really fast. And he sat around here for 10 minutes, just chatting. He just popped in for a cup of coffee, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "That game." He goes, "I don't like computer games whatsoever." He goes, "And I haven't ridden a motorbike since 15 years." He goes, "But all I want to do now," he goes, "is go outside, get on a motorbike," he goes, "and ride it." He goes, "Because that game is amazing." He goes, "I'm literally got an adrenaline rush from just watching it." And it was like that. It was crazy. Everyone used to come around and play that. It really was such an art. And I don't want to float my own boat, but I forgot to repair my car. That's not a good idea. Oh dear. Well, there we go. That's what happens when you're just chatting away. But yeah, we got pretty good at it. It really did. So yeah, and then it's sort of come back around full circle, I guess, because now I'm playing the old games again. Nowadays I'm discovering games I didn't play before. Still love the old classics, but Outrun on the Mega Drive, I never had that back in the day. But now I've got it, and it's just amazing. Really is a quality conversion. Oh dear. It's probably when you don't repair your car, you smash the back end in. Oh dear. So yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, if you want to make a response, respond to Mark Vergeer's first original video. I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear from you. It's an excellent channel anyway, you should pop over there if you're not already subscribed. I can't believe I didn't repair my vehicle. That is suicidal. I'll tell you what. Well, we've not done bad there. Let me just have a quick look on my list, see if I've forgot anything. Oh, there was a game on the PlayStation 1, I was obsessed with it. It was called Motortoon GP2. It was actually made by Polyphony Digital, who made Gran Turismo. Completed it 100%, everything unlocked, was manic on it. I don't even think it was that good. I think, I don't know, I think it was a game that everyone could play, girls and whoever else, and so it just got put on, and I guess it was kind of addictive. It had some weird cartoon graphics. I wouldn't mind getting another copy of that, to be fair. Or at least I should probably check on YouTube and look at a video. So I'm going to do stage 4, even though I've obviously messed it up. But what the hell? So we'll have this as the last stage, and then that'll be that. Yeah, I can't sing the praise of this game enough. Even now playing this, you know, I'm buzzing. It's great. That's the thing about a good racing game. You know, it should leave you feeling like that, where you're really on the edge of your seat. You know, exhilarating. You're almost scared you're going to crash. That's how it wants to be, a roller coaster ride. And for me, this is the best rally game of all time. I've played, you know, the sacrilege that is the Dirt series and whatever else. I think it's shocking what they've done. Yes, it looks beautiful, but it doesn't feel the same. Oh, but you do hit the trees just the same. Oh, that's a tragedy. So, yeah, it's so easy to just go a little bit over the top, and then that's it. You've basically blown it. So. I think perhaps using the handbrake would have been advisable. Too little, too late there. So we're just going to have to give it a roll now and see what we can do. Oh, I thought we should have given up a while ago. Oh yeah. I'm going to blame it on not repairing my car. I'm sinking to 13th position. And all steering has just gone completely horrendous. And you won't get 120 seconds at the end. Oh my word. So yeah, it's going from bad to worse this particular episode, yeah. We've actually greened it, that's incredible. Incredible General! Yeah, I'm actually a massive fan of rallying now. I ought to go again, but I've certainly been to watch it in Wales a few times. And it's a very exciting sport. Just sit there in the countryside for hours drinking your beer and eating your sandwiches, waiting for the 20-minute segment when a ton of rally cars will come by every minute or so. But it's quite crazy. I'm quite pleased with the fact that I actually nearly got run over by Colin McRae. Because you know, the crazy people we see on the rallies are just stood at the side of the track right by it. Yeah, I was one of them. it was awesome. Honestly, the smell of the car. I mean, them rally drivers, they are nuts. 100% completely crazy. Like, they were coming out of the Welsh mountains down these turns, like you just wouldn't dream of driving like that. You just wouldn't chance it. They're mental. So yeah, absolutely fantastic to watch. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll load some more videos soon.